Hey, welcome back to MVP Hot Wheels. This is Diesel Mac, and as you can see, I've got a pretty decent sized package here, and a smaller one there on top. So got some mail call stuff in today, and let's go ahead and get the small one in. This is going to be a banger here. Fairly awesome piece inside this, if I am correct. I believe this box is coming from Chuck Shelton. So kind of been waiting on this box here for a couple of days. Excited for the arrival. And then I was on his auction last night. He had a little bit of a charity giveaway for getting kids bikes and helmets and locks for their bikes and stuff. And so donated a little bit of money, and then bought a couple of cars that went to the cause as well. And then grabbed another crazy banger. So once you see this one, it's even better than the one that's inside here. And we're going to be able to put that on the website. So here's the first one. I guess I could take this. Let's see here. That was all the Dodge Caravans. I put those in this weekend. So you can see those up on the MVP Hot Wheels website. So a couple awesome things in here. Oh, it looks like we got some candy. Oh, here you go. Here's one of his stickers, the toy car exchange, although he has changed it, so he's kind of cheated me out of his new one. I'll have to mess with him about that, because they've changed it to I think the toy car headquarters, and then he's got some little candies in here. Looks like that's about it, as I dropped that one on the floor to make sure my dog don't get that. Oh goodness. So but you're not here to see the candy or the sticker. You're here to see what goods are inside this little baggie here. So like I said, there's a very crazy piece inside here. Goodness, what is going on? Either I'm too excited and I can't grab the tape, or it's just it's really stuck on there. It's probably both. Yep, it's kind of stuck on there. Doesn't want to let go. So there's one. We'll put that there. Yep. The tape effect is stronger than the plastic. And the other side of the tape, unfortunately. There we go. Let's take a look at this first piece here. Hopefully it doesn't have the prices on all of these, just in case my wife's watching. No, I'm just kidding. It does have the prices on it. What is wrong with him? Alright. See? You can't see that. Fortunately, this is not one. So this will be an extra, but I got one in a baggie. I was thinking I needed one of the custom Corvettes, and it's the one from the 20th anniversary. So also have to keep my eye out for that one. I think it's like a dark gold one with a blue tint window or a clear window. I could look up there, I guess, and see. But anyways, I was bidding on this and completely forgot which one I was needing. So I got that. All right. We have this pretty slick piece from the Hot Wheels Classics Series 5. He's got these things all kinds of protected, so nothing happens to him. There's that there. Check that bad boy out. Real Riders. I guess I could put it in the way I'm looking at it, trying to get everything off. There we go. Check that out. 70 Pontiac GTO convertible in a pretty crazy metal flake and metallic green. It's almost got kind of both going on there. Metallic metal flake. I don't know what's happening there. And you can see that's in Series 5, so you get some cool Real Riders on that. So that is awesome piece there. Let's clear off some of the trash there. Set that to the side. Let's see. Here's the next one. Check this bad boy out. And she is pretty minty. This is definitely going to be, I think, an upgrade to the one I got. And I think I have the olive Tampo, whereas this one is the green. So I gotta go back and check mine real quick. So I may have both of them, but there are 2 different variations out there where you can get green or olive. And so that will be going up on the website here soon as an upgrade. Yeah, I won this, and then Ben Ray oaked it to me, which was completely out of the blue. I didn't expect that to happen at all. In fact, I'd never even once talked to Ben, I don't think. In fact, until I sent him a message on Facebook saying, "Hey man, if you need anything, you know, for this, let me know if you're ever looking for something." And he was like, "Sure," but you could tell it was kind of one of those, like, you know, I did it because, you know, that's the kind of person I am type of, you know, acknowledgement. But for sure, Ben, if you need something, if you need help finding something, if I can help you, I will do it. I got this for the website for the package. You can see this is like nearly perfect. It does have a little bit of cracking going on here, but as far as the card and when I take the picture of that, it's gonna look pretty awesome. Clear bubble. This is the single window with a parachute on the back of it, and you can see here this is the Hong Kong version as well. So pretty awesome piece, and I'll definitely never forget. I usually have these set aside when people re-oak something to me, and so that will take note in some of those as well. I've only got a handful of those, and I'm deeply appreciative of it. So thanks again, Ben. All right, now the banger, which you haven't even got a chance to really catch it yet. Ooh, he's got a nice different kind of protector. I've never seen this kind of protector on it. So it is an Italy piece. I'm kind of stuck here, so I go up above the box. You kind of can't see everything, but here's the Italy piece, and we'll pull that off and check that out. The Vega Bomb from the in the Italy little series, or however you want to call that. But there is another one, and that one is a banger. And like I said, the next one coming, bigger than that. So if you know what these go for, they go for quite a bit. I got another one piece coming from Chuck from his last night. In fact, I gotta get on there and send the payment over. But bang, this thing is in like as perfect as you would have pulled that. And it's not even on a peg. Look at that thing. It's unpunched. Nice bubble. I mean, they're usually thinner bubbles on these. This thing is in great shape. I don't know if I can open that. I didn't open my Italian gold Turismo, and this is even nicer than that. Oh man, that thing is stunner. And this is, like I said, super hard to get. There's a bunch of tough ones for Vega Bomb, for the Mexico, and some France ones, and of course the 2 Italy ones. So one of those is marked off the list finally, and I don't think you can get any better than this. This is great stuff. So if you're, you know, hit up Chuck Shelton if you want to get on his auctions. He's got tons of stuff that he sells. There was stuff on there last night. I just didn't have enough money to get all the things that I really would have wanted. There was an international Biowayman, the Metal Flake Blue Biowayman. That one thing, never seen one before. Really kind of, I should have bid on it, but I'd already made a contribution and spent more than enough money, and so I was kind of like, dang, I'll let it go. But yeah, he's got some crazy stuff. There's on a beautiful card as well. See if I can get into this without messing up the box here too much. And they really got this kind of going. So I'm sure you've guessed by now, he's got 3 layers of this paper on here. You got a play set here. Oh, and it came up backwards. So, big play set. These things are cool. They got some cool cars in them. So let's get this thing open, like opening a Christmas crisp here. Trying to get this thing, got one corner kind of secured. Ooh, tape it to it. Okay. I'll have to bring this pretty far back to kind of get this thing taped over the car area and everything. There we go. Pulling the tape. So you, while it's upside down, you put tape over and on the area where the cars are. So I'm just kind of pulling that off camera there. It's a little awkward. There we go. All right, let's set that thing to the back. So this is the Mega Metro City playset. So pretty decent sized playset. Some of these cars, and I guess I'll have to just take this off of here so it's a little bit better. Here we go. But you got some cool cars in there. Looks like the Maelstrom, something 40. I can't remember what the 40. Obviously the Corvette convertible. I think that's 65 and the 59 Impala there. So I'm not sure if any of those are exclusive to this playset, but I do know they could have different kinds of bases on them than what some of the regular ones probably have. And something 40 something. No, that's Pontiac Radius. That's what that is. Completely off. So Maelstrom, Pontiac Radius, 65 Corvette, and 59 Impala. What else we got on the box here? Kind of bring this back down. Well, I guess not down. Here we go. Just do it that way. We got what? 57 T-Bird. What's down here? Oh, that's a Dodge. No, it's not a Dodge Caravan. That's a Fandango. Looks like Muscle Tone. You got a Dodge Viper up here in the glare. Let's see if I can get away from the glare. There you go. I won't smooth something. I can't remember that truck's name. Dang it. One of the newer ones. I think that's 24/7 there in the middle. So pretty cool stuff. I'll have to see if all those exact variations are available and then recreate that little scene as well. But there is the full playset. And again, we'll go ahead and put these absolutely stunning cars that we got there in front. So as we come down or back or however we want to do it, that's what we got in the mail today. So pretty awesome mail call. Like I said, huge deal piece to get for the website. I spent quite a bit of time today or kind of, on my lunch break fixing the long descriptions or changing the short description, sorry. So there's a lot of cars still in there that still have the long description on the front part of it. And so to make it easier for your phone, phone view and shorten all that down, just kind of give you the pertinent information you need to determine which variation that's showing and which one you're looking at or where you want to pull up. I'm making all those short. So there's a bunch of those where I had copied it. Basically what I did is copied that field completely into another field so that I could just cut it down and make the short one. So that's why you see long and short on some of those. But I'm trying to get all those knocked down so that we only have the short description on the front end screen, and then when you click on the car and go into the detail page, that you have the long description and stuff in there. So if there's any questions about kind of how things are worded in there, I tried to make it where it seems somewhat appropriate for the car and the variation without too many words, so it doesn't clog up the screen with, you know, all that kind of stuff, but enough to, you know, give you the sense. Plus, if the car's got a picture, then I probably won't be as detailed, because you could just usually see it, see the information, you know, in the picture itself. So so when I have the cars and I have the pictures and available, it may be even more vague, but then I would imagine I made it, you know, it would be apparent because of the picture and stuff like that. So, but everything that's underlined is what's different with it. If there was like one car, like today I was looking at a couple of different, you know, vehicles that I was going in and changing the descriptions for, and like one of them had one offshoot, like a no Hot Wheels logo. So I just kind of, you know, only put that one showing that it had no Hot Wheels logo, but the other 5 had Hot Wheels logos. Like it's pretty common to have a Hot Wheels logo for this particular car, right? So I didn't like mark all the stuff, just saying, hey, if you don't have this, then it's probably gonna fall in line with these other attributes for the car and stuff. So I try to make it as easy as possible, with, like I said, just enough information to make a, you know, determination what you're looking for. But so I worked on that. I got pictures to add, so I was jotting down all the numbers of cars that I believe I have, but I haven't put a picture in. And so I'll try to get pictures of that stuff and get those all uploaded in there for you guys as well. If you saw my Facebook post from yesterday, I've reached out to the developer. In fact, I need to check to see if he's emailed me back by now, about moving forward with the, man, just bumped the camera out of the blue, with the auction house. So my goal is to have an auction house that you can go on to the regular, you know, filter side, the locator side, and say, we'll just use this for a fun example, right? This is the car that you want to sell, and so you use the locator to get this up. You pull out flat out 442, and then, you know, you got green, and then, like I said, there's going to be 2 variations for this one. And if you've got this car, and it's going to be easy to do loose, and then all of the package stuff will be, you know, coming later as I get information and try to get that in the system. But if you're selling loose cars, especially like this, then you would just, you know, look it up on the locator, and then basically there'll be a link or a button there to say, I want to add this to the auction site, and it'll put all this detailed information in there. You'll just upload your pictures for it, give us a starting price, and if we're going to try to get it so it's easy enough for you to set up your shipping ahead of time, or you could do it like in the first time you upload a car for the auction, you know, basically save that information. And so it's like super simple. You don't have to worry about the titles. The titles will all just be the car itself. And anybody that has subscribed and, you know, put this car in their wanted list will get a notification that this car is available for auction. So that's good for the buyer, because he'll get a lot of attention for the car, especially. And then it's good for, obviously, people looking for the car, because they're going to be notified that this car is available. We're going to do a straight 7-day auction. They'll all be 7-day auctions, and there'll be a extended timer for bidding in the last couple of minutes. So we got to work out those details on how much time, you know, that's left. We add more time. So it gives people a fair chance to bid if they want to, but you will have to be, you know, kind of present. It won't be something where you can, you can put your bid in, and and know that you might want to bid later on, but you got to watch it for that. And I'm trying to work out if we're going to do any of the maximum bids, which we could possibly do, but at the same time, if it triggers a bid, at the end, because somebody else obviously bid and your max bid was higher than that, then it'll trigger the extended timer for somebody to want to, potentially make a bid. Again, kind of good for the seller, right? So that the seller is getting, the value of the car itself, and then also good for knowing what the actual value of these cars are, because we'll save that data and that will port right back over into the RVP gauge and give you that information on value, rarity, and popularity. So we're trying to get, like I said, going to start talking about it. We've been in talks about it before, but the funds haven't been there, and I think I'm in a position to go ahead and start doing it and making the payments to get it done. So I think we are in good shape there. So the other part, like I said, there's two things. That auction house is one of them. The other one will be creating guides. So custom guides. So say if we'll use 57 Chevy as a good example, right? There's about 150 of those probably. I need to still get a bunch of them in there, obviously. But if say you wanted a guide for, just the 57 Chevys, then you could go in and request to create a guide. You have to be a subscriber for the service, and then we'll try to get it set up on select either by casting or by series or stuff like that, and we'll allow you to select multiple series or castings or whatever, right? But we'll have to obviously get all that to work in the background. But then it will basically put all these cars. We'll try to get a sort function so you can put them in an order that you want. You could even possibly maybe even use like the sorting filter to not the sorting filter, but the filter itself, to maybe you just want to show all the 57 Chevys that are on your wanted list, right? And you can create a guide for that, and there'll be a small fee for the development of that to kind of repay all that, but it'll be minimal, way more minimal than what a new guides are kind of going for nowadays. And like I said, if once we have data for the auction house on stuff for the value and whatnot, or even rarity, then you can select that you would want to add that kind of info into it. But other than that, I think it'll be the basic choices, like what kind of information you want it to be. Do you just want it to be the picture and then the short description? Do you want the picture and just maybe the wheel type, or you don't need the description? I don't know. However, we're going to try to figure out which fields to put in the selections for you to make it detailed and customizable to you and what you're looking for as best as we can. And I'm sure there'll be more ideas that pop up once it kind of gets going. So maybe a very simple thing in the beginning, like just the casting, and it go ahead and gives you the short description or something, and then then the next car, right? Picture, short description, and maybe a checkbox, right, for you to check off if you've got it. Maybe the series info, right? So if it's part of a series, but if you're doing the whole series, maybe that gets entered at the top, right, as a header, right? So we'll say like classics, Hot Wheels Classic Series 5, for example, since it's on the table, right? You'll say that maybe at the top of the header, and then it has all the cars with a checkbox and a short description, and then maybe the number that's associated with it. Like this one's number 8 of 30, and so that it'll have all the variations. It'll have those numbers in there, and you could check that off or something. But we're going to try to get those implemented as well. Like I said, it's probably going to be very rudimentary in the beginning of it, but as people use it and get stuff, get some guides, that money will go back into it, and all that money will go right back to the development to provide a more robust feature for it, to be able to do more sorting and more information. And of course, hopefully by then we also have the auction house, and then you can add the value if you want. And rarity. Rarity is going to be on a 0 to 9 basis, based off of how many times it has actually sold on the auction house against all the other cars and stuff. So 0, obviously the most sold, or it's probably going to be 0.1, right, will be the most sold car on the auction house, whereas there might be a lot of 9s out there for a while, and that will indicate that they have not sold on the auction house. And I get that there's going to take some time to build some trust in the community to put high dollar and rare stuff up there on the auction house, so there may be some time before we get some data for some cars. But that's just kind of how it's going to have to go, because obviously you can't just immediately demand trust in your website and auction stuff and get people to come in. So we're going to try to implement as best we can. I came from Cybercom, in the Navy, so I have a pretty good understanding of what it takes to kind of secure stuff. So I'll try to make sure that the developers are ensuring that we're doing the best. Plus, we're going to try to, you know, keep a good vigilant watch and pay attention to, you know, what's happening, so that if you are getting scanned, we will, you know, try to do our best to rectify the situation and, you know, make sure that person doesn't try to get on using, you know, some technology that is out there for that kind of stuff. So, but we'll do our best, like I said, to make sure that it's safe and secure for you guys to be able to be comfortable selling on there. And there'll also be another tool once the auction house comes up for the sellers that will have a list of all the cars that people are at want. It won't say who wants them. It'll basically just say, you know, 500 people, you know, would like that Vega Bomb, right? It's in their wanted list. And so if you were to put that up, and this one, you know, only 100 people were wanting it in their wanted list. Now, granted, there's a big price difference in these, but say they were somewhat equal. You would want to put this one up as a seller because it's going to go out to more people, is a priority. Then, you know, you would work your way down that priority list, and that list would also be filterable, right? So that you could, maybe we'll find a way to correlate it, like if you had built a trade list, or I don't know how, we'll have to figure out something so that you could correlate, you know, the wanted list to the trade list that you have, and see, you know, which cars kind of highlight on that you have available that are on the wanted list at the high level, at the highest point, right? Because right now there's 6,130 some different, you know, vehicles on there. Granted, I think 70 of them are, you know, obviously packaged stuff, so we probably got about 85 packaged stuff right now. So we'll say 6,000 different variations of loose cars. But hopefully that will grow, and you know, so, you know, when you're sorting through, and you may not have obviously all, you know, in this case 6,000 cars, then you're going to, you know, want to be able to filter it down to the cars that you do have some way. And I don't know, but we kind of, obviously the system won't be able to read your list unless there's a list in the system that you've built through the, like maybe the trade list, or maybe you have a sell list that you start building up. Like if you go on, and we could add like another tab for sellers or something, and be like, you know, you could quickly find it, hit the you know, sell tab, that'll put it on a list for selling, and then maybe that list will, you know, show you kind of, you know, put it in order of the highest ranking cars wanted for you, and then you could put them on the site that way. But then you're wasting some time to kind of put that together, when you could just, you know, throw the car up there and it'll notify who it notifies. So there's all kinds of things that we could probably do. I'm just not sure how practical it will be. You know, comment in theory, it's really nice, right? Because you're like, oh, then I know that, you know, I put the Vega Bomb up first, and then I put the 70 Pontiac GTO on next, and then the, you know, Spoiler Sport on third, you know, and just kind of run right down your list and put them in an order, because you know it's going to get the most attention. But if you're going to sell them anyway, then I mean, what's the big point? I mean, if you're really in a jam and you're trying to, you know, get some stuff sold that you know is going to sell, and you know, get some money back, then that might be the practical use for it. But as far as if you're going to just sell, I think it's going to just not be used as much. But like I said, we're looking at all aspects and trying to figure out how to do all that kind of stuff. So I'll keep posting stuff on Facebook about the updates. So once I have a good conversation with Don, who is my developer lead, and see how that goes, I'm sure there'll be an update, and then time frames and all that kind of stuff. So feel free to, you know, post your ideas. I put that post out on Facebook and my personal and the group page. And if you've got ideas of stuff that you would like for the website to kind of have, and or ideas within those, you know, auction house and the guide idea, let me know on that kind of stuff too. Like, don't hesitate. Like, I want to try to make this, you know, the best site for the community, and really give, you know, a good value for you guys. So, but yeah, I think we're up to 585 subscribers, working our way to 1,000 subscribers here on YouTube. So if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. We got awesome stuff. Like I said, I got another big banger coming from Chuck probably in the next, let's see, today is Tuesday. It could be here by Saturday. If just we'll have to see when he decides to ship it out. But even bigger than a white Italian Vega bomb, so I won't spoil it. If you were on the auction, you probably obviously already know, but I think there was only 28 people on there, so a good chance that a lot of you don't know what that is yet. You're not going to want to miss that. And I got some other awesome pieces coming from Jeff Drew. I know I keep talking about it, but those should be on their way here shortly as well. And let's see, I put on the Dodge Caravan that started from 1998 first editions. I got all the variations of that one on except for the very last one from the Boulevard series, which I'm bidding on, and hopefully we'll win, and then be able to put that on there. There's some ones I could buy now. And then I also put the Outlaw cars on there. I don't know why I'm blanking. Slide Out on there. So I got most of those variations on there. I've got 2 blue ones now. Kyle confirmed that there was a wheel variation, the size of the wheel variation for the blue one that I didn't have at all, so I have to get both of them, but I got one coming. And then I have a PR5, and the one I actually happened to just grab, so I got a PR5, which is the tough one for that. And then I still have to find a 5-pack that's not a little bit overly priced on eBay, because $30 seems a lot for just a regular 5-pack, and I don't know if anything's necessarily special about it. And the other one's like $40 or $50 or something like that, and then buy it now of 100. And I was like, I don't know about that, but anyhow, we got a couple of subscribers going on the website, so looking for subscribers. So once you create an account, the account is free. And then go in and subscribe. It'll be $5 a month, and that will give you access to these lists. And then once we get the auction house and the guide and all that kind of stuff, and we hit 50 subscribers, the monthly giveaway opens up as well, and we'll do that. So you're gonna get a lot of stuff for your $5, and hopefully a good chance to win a pretty awesome car for the monthly giveaway once we open that up. So go on there and subscribe, and let's get this thing going. Everything that goes into the website monetarily goes right back into the development of it, and to make it better for you guys. So yeah, I think that's all I have. So obviously very awesome mail call. Again, huge thanks. Actually, Ben not only just rayoked me that car entirely, but he put a rayoke of $200 towards this, and then that's when, and then Chuck Shelton knocked it down a couple $100 more, and that's when I was like, all right, let's go ahead and do this and pull the trigger. So huge shout out to Ben for the rayoke and gratitude, or I don't know what I lost my words there, but huge thanks to him for that. And then obviously Chuck for putting up the auction, and then of course Chuck's good dude. He's doing bikes for kids and stuff, and so his last auction he was raising some money for that. So hopefully everybody that got in there sees that, and then hopefully next time we'll have a bigger crowd for people to kind of help out that cause and stuff, because that's a good cause. I used to do kids bikes for kids when I was in the Navy. In fact, there was one place that we did it, I think it was down in Florida, where the news, not the news, one of the local radio stations came in, and the guy stood and had to stay in the it's not the forklift but the basket, on a lift, and for like 24 or 48 hours, I think it was 48 hours, as we did the whole bikes for kids and we're giving them out and all that kind of stuff, and he had to like stay up there the whole time, like that was his commitment to the cause, which is kind of crazy. Granted, it's not as cold, obviously. We got chilly. This was towards obviously the before Christmas and stuff, so it was chilly out, but it wasn't like Ohio chilly. So but anyways, I just remember that, and we gave away a lot of bikes and stuff, and it was really fun to watch the kids get to pick out a bike and then see their faces and they get to ride it and they're just extremely, overjoyed with it. And you just can't, you can't take that, how I want to say this, you just can't replace that with, anything else. It's just something that is very awesome to witness, I guess I would say. But anyhow, he's helping with some of that stuff, and I was hoping to help out and get some cars, of course, and then awesome cars. So I got a Stock Rocket, I think is what it's called, which is the sister to the Mountain Dew Stalker. So of course, on a international card, so why not? And help the cause, and then put some money in for it as well. So super happy that he's doing that. If you get a chance to get on his page and watch any of his auctions, maybe he'll talk about it and tell you when the next one is, and maybe I'll see you on there. So, but again, I've been rambling on for a while, but check out the website, get on there, get a locator, use that filter, break the filter, let me know, either on comments on here, through Facebook, DMs, or you can send me an email, mvphwc@gmail.com. Let me know, and we'll try to get all that stuff fixed. I know the series thing is kind of funky right now. There's 4 series fields that it's kind of trying to pick up, and it's having an issue when you put apostrophes and stuff like that in it. And so we're trying to fix that. So the series may have, like, for instance, you might see a series of 1998 Treasure Hunt and another one for 1998 Treasure Hunt series. And then if I go change it right now, it will not replicate the change or make the change for the filtering part of it. And so you'll still have the 2. So we're trying to rectify that as well. That was one of the things I put in my email about fixing. And then on the phone view, I know a lot of people use this on the phone and on the go. When you have when a car is part of a series or a multi-pack, and you try to click on the links little tab on there, and it has a drop down to show you the links, and you try to use, say, one of the bottom links that has all the cars in the multi-pack or all the casting or whatever the case is, or in the series, it just closes the tab. So we're going to do some testing on that and try to get that working out. And again, if there's any issues on the phone view, as compared, or on the desktop view or tablet view, just let me know, and I'll try to get those taken care of. I don't use the phone view as often because I'm usually putting all my stuff in via my desktop and whatnot, and so that's the view I normally am using. But I just recently found out about the issue with the phone view, doing a couple of searches while I was at work. So people asking me about cars, but if you have any issues with it, just let me know. I did give out some free subscriptions, and people are going in and putting in their collection, so that's pretty cool to see, and making that list. That'll also kind of help with rarity. I haven't decided if I'm going to use that as as another tool for instead of or with the auction sales. Like if this car sells one car out of 10,000 10,000 cars, and then we know that 200 people have it in their collection list, but then people can kind of just manipulate that or have extras or whatever, and say they have it and not really have it, or I don't know why you do that, but I'm sure people will be out there doing all kinds of crazy stuff. So so I don't know if I'm going to use that. I think the sales one might be good enough, but it will also give us, maybe I could, post those numbers up to, in a fashion that says, there is supposedly, right, and you'll just have to take that with a grain of salt, 267 collectors that have the flat out 442 with the green Tampo vice the olive one. But, and then maybe that will, give you an idea of how rare it is if people are starting to use the website pretty popular or pretty, commonly. So another way to kind of balance or judge the rarity of the car in that sense. So, but I've rambled on long enough, and so anyhow, thanks for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't, subscribe on the website, and we're gonna do some awesome stuff. And check out Chuck Shelton and with the toy car headquarters, not exchange. He's got awesome stuff like this you got to see, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.